Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Katie and today we are doing episode number 2 of Tea versus Tea. Tea versus Tea is a series that I decided to make up to compare and contrast two similar teas, or two very different teas. I haven't done that. But to compare two teas together and see the differences of them. So the first episode I did two different senchas that had different steam rates. So today though we're going to do two different white teas, and they are different grades or levels or whatever you want to call that of white tea. So we're going to do Silver Needle white tea versus, I'm spilling tea, which is common, versus white peony. So, if you are not very familiar with white teas, there are, I think, 4 or 5 main classes of white tea, and they are named based on the number of leaves that are picked. So white tea, or silver needle white tea, is just the buds of the tea leaf, and usually new fresh buds and usually hand-picked. Not sure if they can not be hand-picked actually. And then the white peony is the second grade down, and it is the bud and the first 2 leaves right under it. So we're going to try these two teas and see how they compare and contrast. The silver needle, I'm not entirely sure where it's from, but because I just got it as a little freebie, so I'm not sure where it's from because the package doesn't say, but it's silver needle tea. And the white peony is from Happy Lucky's Tea House. So typically silver needle is going to have a lighter, sweeter taste to it, and the white peony is going to be have a bit more flavor to it. So I'm going to heat up my gaiwans and throw the tea in each gaiwan. We're going to put the silver needle in the blue gaiwan and the white peony in the white gaiwan, and then we are going to steep them up. We are using 158-degree water, and I'm going to steep them for 1 minute for the first steeping. So heat up the leaves, see if we can get any initial scent variations. These are some really massive buds on this silver needle. I opened up the package and I'm like, wow, these are huge. I'm not getting a lot of scent here, but like look at the size of that. It's like most of them just kind of getting like a sweetness, maybe almost like a candy note to it. If you haven't been around, I'm a klutz, so yeah. This one definitely smells a lot different. I'm not really sure how I'd describe what it is. It smells like white tea, basically. But this is much more rich of a smell. Okay, so I'm gonna steep these for 1 minute and I will be right back. Okay, we're back and all steeped up here, and right away, as it's like I'm really familiar with white tea, so I knew there was going to be quite a contrast, and there's definitely visual contrast. So first off, the silver needle leaves maybe plumped up a little tiny bit, and the white peony Maybe a little bit too. These ones are definitely a little more broken because there are more pieces to it. And then here we have the liquor colors. So this is the Silver Needle. It's very, very pale, like hardly any color to that at all. And then the White Peony has this light sort of bit of like a honey golden color to it. So definitely different, but you know, this has more of the tea plant and this has less of the tea plant. This is supposed to be this just a light, luxurious thing. And this will get a little bit darker on the second steep, and I'm going to do a second steep. I'm actually getting a lot of like honeysuckle flavor here. Which is interesting. I haven't had this particular Silver Needle before. But yeah, this is interesting. Because usually when I have a Silver Needle, I get like a pumpkin seed sort of flavor. But this is really like honeysuckle. Maybe a bit of pumpkin seed. And my cat is being bad. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, but my cat decided to climb behind the TV, so I had to stop that one. So, alright. Smell-wise, I'm actually getting a lot of honeysuckle scent too. This is very nice Silver Needle. Okay, so let's try the peony. Lots of much richer flavor, much more of a punch to it. I'm almost getting that like kind of pumpkin seedy flavor with this one. But yeah, this is stronger, fuller bodied, more flavor. It's got like almost like a warmth and maybe like a slight earthy taste. And smell-wise, it's very sort of grassy vegetal. I don't know. Did I cover up my words? It's like a grassy vegetal sort of smell. So it's like usually I prefer the white teas that have that like punchy flavor. But really I like most white teas. I don't know that there's really been a white tea that I haven't liked. Like there's some that just don't have anything, or there's some I tried a Earl Grey white tea. I did not like that, but I don't like Earl Grey. So plain white tea wise. Yeah, I would usually go for the like stronger, and I do like them both, but I think I'm actually enjoying the Silver Needle a lot better, just because it's got that light floral honey sort of flavor to it. So I am going to finish these up and then do a second steep for 2 minutes, and I will be back to show you the results of that. Alright, here is steep number 2, which I did for 2 minutes. I also realized I forgot to say in the first place that I'm using 2 grams of each of these teas. So, Silver Needle wise, we have a tiny bit more color. It's got this like light ivory to it. And it's like, it almost looks a little pink, but I don't know if that may be because it's in the pink cup. And then the peony over here is a little bit darker. I don't know if it's showing up as dark on camera. I think it's a little bit darker than it's showing up on the camera. It's a very like honey, like orangey yellow color. So there is that. I moved the camera zooming the wrong way apparently. Sorry. But you got a really up close look there of the teas then. So leaf-wise, these are a little plumper, but they're not really opening up or doing much. I did spill a lot of this tea on the table. And then this one, they're looking a bit fuller in here and looking more green. All right, so let's smell what they smell like. Wow, that is just this super rich honeysuckle. That is so yummy. This is very vegetal smelling. I'm not really sure. I'm not really getting anything specific coming to mind. But yeah, some like vegetal-ness. Okay, taste-wise. Okay, it doesn't taste as honeysuckly. I got a cat hair in my mouth. So it doesn't taste as much like honeysuckle this time. It's definitely got more flavor to it. Just a nice, like, warm white tea flavor. I know I keep describing the flavors as what the tea is, but I'm sorry. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's got a bit of that like pumpkin seed sort of background to it. It's very sweet. Yeah. Yeah, you come to me for tea descriptions and I give you this tastes like this tea. So, you know. Hope I'll be getting better at that. This one, I think it's developed a bit more sweetness. There is the pumpkin seedness and almost like a pumpkin flavor to it, like really light. I almost feel like sometimes like okay, I either have nothing or what I have is like kind of like wait, you said what? But telling you what I taste, try to be entertaining. Hopefully I'm entertaining. This is interesting. I have had this white peony Western brewed, and I did like it quite a lot. Um, Typically, white peony isn't really my favorite thing. I much prefer like more aged white teas and like shumeis and moonlight white teas. So yeah, doing it all this more gung fu style. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot more like bitterness actually almost. I don't know if it's really a bitterness. It's not really a bitterness. It's got a lot more dryness to it, And that could just be like the combination of both in my mouth as well. Because white tea also has a lot of the like little tea trichomes that are the little like hairy bits that add the sweetness. So my mouth just may be full of that right now. So yeah, I'm not loving the second steep of this very well. I did really enjoy this white peony at Western Style Brewed a lot better than I like it here. So I think it's lending better to that style of brewing. This tea I really do like. I think I might have liked this first steep a little bit better. And sometimes I find, especially if you are brewing with longer steep times, that sometimes that jump from the 1 minute to the 2 minute may be a little bit too much and probably should go somewhere in between like 1.5 minutes along the way. This is still very nice though. It's very light and floral and sweet, and if you're not used to white tea, it is hard sometimes to find all the flavors to it and really be able to enjoy it. It's just like, okay, this is slightly flavored water. But once you kind of practice and try a lot of them and just kind of get into finding the slight like nuances in it, it can be something very delightful. But some people just like more robust tea. Like there are people who only like black teas because they need something really intense. So I'm going to actually declare winner of this, and I'm going to say Silver Needle Tops. So I think I definitely prefer Silver Needle over White Peony. I think I kind of already knew that. But this confirms it. Now, is Silver Needle my favorite white tea? No. But out of the two of these, I think I like Silver Needle better. And then if we throw in the fact that I've got this Silver Needle Jasmine in there, that's just amazing. That's where we get really good for the Silver Needle. And that Silver Needle Jasmine is also from Happy Lucky's Tea House. They have a whole big variety of teas of all the tea types. So if you want to compare and contrast your own, I would suggest going to Happy Lucky's Tea House, to the actual tea house in Colorado, I think it's Colorado, or their website, which I'll link down below. And you can compare and contrast the different levels of tea there, because they have the white peony, they have the Silver Needle, they have the shume, usually. So yeah, you can do this yourself. I am more than open to getting suggestions of what you'd like to see me compare. If you want to see me compare like completely different types of tea versus like before I did just sencha, and here these are two different types of white tea, but they are fairly similar, at least with the pick of them. I am going to do a compare contrast for oolong, and I'm using Four Seasons oolong, and I'm going to use Four Seasons regular green oolong and then Four Seasons red oolong. So that will be coming up at some point. So that's what I have planned so far. But if you have in mind anything that you'd like to see compared, if you want me to compare like herbals or something like that, I am more than willing to take your ideas into consideration. But otherwise, I will let you all go and hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next time with whatever series we are working on then. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already. I am planning to continue to put out tea content for twice a week for the foreseeable future. I may go down to once a week, we'll see. You can let me know about that too. Do you want to keep it at twice a week, or do you want to keep it at once a week? Do you want me to change days? Let me know. So, sorry for my babbling. Thank you for your time, and I will see you later.